tough week, but I got through it because I will not let anything, here we go, can't hurt me. I will not let anything get me down. No, no, no. I have this one life, and you will not mess this one life up from me. Oh, no, no, no. You will not. So, David Goggins, I don't know much about him, but I saw one interview with him a long time ago and I thought I need to get his book because I like how laser focused he is, and one of the things I've always struggled with is focus. So I like David Goggins for that reason. I need to get through it fairly quickly because it's been in a queue and I've waited almost 6 months to get this book. So I know that in 3 weeks' time, when I try and renew it, it will say hold placed, so I won't be able to. And then this book, Malcolm Gladwell. I've talked about Malcolm lots and lots of times on this channel without going into detail. I love the way he writes. I love the way he writes. I think he used to write for the newspaper, The New Yorker, and The New Yorker magazine, yes he did. And I've read all his books. I especially go back to this one every couple of years because there's a section on being, it's better to be the big fish in a little pond rather than the little pond in a big fish. As an example, he uses American universities, and he talks about and interviews a few people who went to really, really incredible universities, but they were so overwhelmed by how competitive and how brilliant all the other students were that even though they were brilliant in themselves, they couldn't compete, and they were completely ill at ease with the environment that they were in. So he's saying, Malcolm Gladwell is saying that they would have done better if they'd gone to a less popular or less competitive university, and I think it was just the rain. None of my family know about this channel. Would I care if they did? Not really. But there's something really fun about having something just to myself, something so secretive that no one knows about, and divulging my whole entire world to the internet. And yet none of the people that I'm around know all the stuff that goes on with me. There's something so beautifully appealing to me about that. And it's one of the reasons that I've stayed on here, because I just like that feeling of no one in my own little world knowing that much about me, apart from my family, and yet people I've never even met before know everything or a lot of the things that are going on in my head. It's just delicious. It's delicious to me. So there's examples of these students who went to lesser known universities and then they ended up staying in their field and getting their PhDs and doing really, 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 really well and becoming super successful. And then examples of people who went to these major Ivy League universities, felt overwhelmed, couldn't keep up, and then they ended up just leaving the university or leaving that course completely, which is such a shame because these people, the ones at the Ivy League universities, were actually so much smarter than the ones who chose to go to smaller universities, lesser known ones, but those guys did much better in the long run. Crazy, I know. When I read that, I connected with it on so many levels because I had a similar experience with my university. And I have to remind myself of these ideas that are in a book like this. I also recommend this one because it makes you realize how, if you're a logical person, it will really flummox you because you'll realize that none of your decisions are really that logical actually. So when I read this book, I always feel a little bit better about myself because I'm very much an intuitive person and I follow my intuition most of the time, even though I think more logically than logical people. I have this bizarre personality where I can switch into logic and be more logical than the people that I'm dealing with. But actually, I'm a very intuitive person. The reason I can't deal with these people on an intuitive level is because they wouldn't be able to get it. They wouldn't be able to understand. So I have to switch into this logical mode, which is not an issue because my dad trained me to be like that. But I find it very cold and heartless, and it takes me away from my softness, which really troubles me because I like to be soft. I like to be a girl. I don't want to be a man. I do not want to be a man in this harsh world. I just want to be myself, okay? I just want to be myself. I have one more story for you about this week. And then I will go. Did I mention that today we have a new Prime Minister? Did I mention that? I can't remember. We have a new Prime Minister. The one with the short trousers has left, and in his place we've got this other one. And you know, they're basically all two different sides of the same coin. So good luck to us. And you've probably heard the rain, which is not great because we're in July and it's summer. Can we please get a break in the UK? Because we really need it. We really need the sun. I need it. We're going to be in winter in like 3 months' time, because if you didn't know already from all my rants, we only have 2 seasons in the UK these days. We have summer, we have something so-called summer, we have a so-called summer, and we have winter. There's no other season. So I can't wear a lot of my clothes that I was able to wear in Japan, because we literally have 2 seasons. So in about July, August, in 2 months' time, we're going to go into winter, what I consider to be winter, and it's just not good, guys. We need a bit of sun.